Bacon, lettuce and tomato 2020. An interactive radio play on ice. Inspector Archer opens his door and shouts out before slamming it again.
This is new Bill, not old Bill.
Shall we stick him in the lady diet, Sarge?
Does he look drunk? He looks more like a dirty dope smoke to me. Throw him in shit barrel.
Sergeant Janet is slightly irritated with the steep learning curve associated with modern policing methods. Officers Janet and Janet drag their client through the door to the suites. They pass solid spy-hole doors with the latest pictures of Lady Di from the Daily Express pasted over them. Eventually they arrive at a door with a Che Guevara type image of Sid Barrett, produced from a stencil confiscated from a graffiti artist back in 2008. They shout at their client.
Get in there, you stupid old muppet.
The door slams behind the client. In a few moments he drags himself painfully onto a narrow vinyl covered shelf and lies looking up at the glass bricks that serve as a window. The last event that he remembers clearly is being about to board the guided bus to St Ives. The time in between is mayhem, a terrifying swirl of violence and screaming. The inspector, however, is back in his meeting. A meeting with his own reflection, coming from the glass door of the weapons cupboard in his office. Side onto the reflection, he slowly feels down his profile with both hands.
More like an hourglass every day.
He opens the front of his tunic and caresses inside it. He takes a small mirror from the pocket and stares at his face.
Just a little powder and some lippy. I know it's against regulations, but no one will know. Only one more day.
There is a knock on his office door. The inspector hurriedly buttons his tunic and wipes his face. He opens the door angrily.
I'm still in a meeting, Janet. What is it?
The sergeant is standing close to the door and holding a scribbled note.
The section crime report is ready for you, sir. Also, would it be okay if I took a couple of hours leave? Ben and Julia and I, we're having lunch to celebrate our first anniversary.
It is deeply inconvenient, Janet. I want you back by 2 p.m. I have meetings all day today. I'll take that report now.
Inspector Archer takes the report from Sergeant Janet. He reads it grimly, then marches smartly to the suite block. Officers Janet and Janet are waiting outside the room containing the elderly prisoner.
Open up and wait outside while I deal with this client.
Officers Janet and Janet open the heavy door and together then stand to attention like two short pillars either side of it. Inspector Archer marches into the room and screams at the prisoner.
On your feet!
The prisoner sways in front of the inspector. The inspector is fuming. He undoes his tunic carefully and rolls up his sleeves. There is a threat of violence in the air.
You filthy little sod! Do you realise I should be in a meeting right at this moment? Instead I have to deal with scum like you!
The inspector's chest is heaving with rage and almost bursts through his white shirt.
I am sorry, madame,
says the prisoner.
Madam! Madam!
The inspector is incandescent with rage.
Yes,
he raises an arm. The elderly prisoner cowers.
I may be Mary tomorrow, but I am Jeff today!
Suddenly, Inspector Archer's tone changes. He becomes Inspector Nice.
Now tell me, in your own words, what you think happened at the guided bus stop this morning. Take your time.
Come on, hurry up.
Come on, hurry up!
The prisoner whimpers.
I was just getting on the bus this morning, you know, and this old dear comes up to me. and I recognised her. She comes from St Ives, like me, so I let her get on before me. Ladies first, I say.
Ladies first! Ladies!
Inspector Nice has disappeared, and Inspector Nasty has returned.
Do you know what this word means? Ladies is a disgusting heterosexist term, the use of which attracts severe punishment in this city.
I'm sorry, madam. I mean, sir. I should know better. I even had a cousin who was gay. Well, once.
Gay? Gay? We haven't recognised gay since 2012. Since the City Council took over policing from the Home Office, our steering group no longer includes gays. We are bisexual, lesbian and transgender. BLT to you!
The deep level of his own stupidity is dawning on the prisoner.
Oh, sorry.
You of all people should know about the gays' part in the great park and ride swindle and the great guided bus robbery. They were all panned from St Ives.
Inspector Nice Archer has returned in a triumph of tolerance over indignation.
I will take into consideration that you come from St Ives and are therefore something of a peasant. I sentence you to 300 hours unpaid community work, which will take the form of cleaning this police station for a period of 6 months. During this time, your free bus pass will be suspended, and you will not be allowed on the guided bus. Now get out before I change my mind!
The prisoner shuffles out of the cell, holding his hands nervously over his head as he passes the officers Janet and Janet.
I only came here to collect my wife's ashes from the crematorium.
Wife? Wife! Make that 600 hours and see if you learn some respectful language while you're here.
Holding hands. Holding hands. Janet and Janet follow the old man. Officers Janet and Janet follow the old man out of the cell block. Inspector Archer calls sweetly after them.
There would be a commendation for you two. You did a super job today.
The inspector stands alone in the cell and reflects on Sergeant Janet's celebration with her partners Ben and Jilly. He remembers how Ben was a lovely policewoman called Nicola before her change. He remembers their brief affair in the Lost Property Office on a strawberry fair afternoon. Now Ben is giving up policing to become a house partner with Janet and Jilly.
I suppose it takes all kinds. I wonder, perhaps we could make up a foursome sometime in the future. Or maybe with PC's Janet and Janet we could make up a swinging sextet.
Inspector Archer rebuns his tunic and smooths himself down. He turns and notices how the bright light from the passageway casts its shadow sharply against the amazing colours of the Sid Barrett suite walls. Wow, what a silhouette! Such an occasion deserves his best American crooning accent.
Nice piece of ass!
She says. That's it.